Rabbi Katz. How are you?
Malcolm, welcome back. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
How was the move? I know you moved to a new place.
Successful.
Yeah.
Busy but successful.
All right, so we're back up. We're back in action after the layoff, huh?
Yes.
All right. Do you remember where we left off?
Yeah, we're at the bottom of page 57 in the English. We're finishing off the last paragraph of the introduction.
All right, and I know we've been sitting on this paragraph for a while. If you see that we go through it pretty quick, which I presume we will, just feel free to introduce us into the next paragraph, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
And then, as always, before we get into the Hebrew, go pretty quick through the English, right?
All right.
And then go back and then do the dance with me, start, stop on my call, yeah?
All right, sounds good. You ready?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. But now I will lay these matters before you in a single all-inclusive introductory work that will enable you to understand the way the world is run and how God gives each day's portion of food and sustenance to all his creatures, each in its proper time.
Okay. What did you get out of that?
This book is gonna tell us how the world's run, basically.
Do you realize how profound that is?
That's very profound, yeah. Yeah.
You know, King David gives an analogy in Psalms. Every day the bird asks God in relationship to its parent, the bird parents, God, will I get my worm today? And so that idea, that metaphor is really the entire world, is it not?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every day you're just basically trying to get food and go to sleep.
Yeah.
A basic kind of, but that's how the world is run. And so if the Ramchal is correct, the temple is the fractal program of how the world is run.
Right.
And we're going to learn God's providence that way.
Right.
So if that's true, that literally is everything. That is all we need in this world, more than anything. So go ahead and read it again on my green light, red light mentality.
Okay.
I'm gonna go real slow and wait and work with me. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Go ahead.
All right.
Start over.
But now I will lay these matters before you in a single, all-inclusive introductory work.
Wait a minute. How's that? How's that in English? Again, let's go real slow.
Mm-hmm. But now I will lay these matters before you.
Stop. My Hebrew says, "V'hineni mesim lefanecha," and now I'm going to place it before you. So we're good.
Okay. Yeah, we're good so far.
Yeah.
In a single, all-inclusive introductory work.
See, that bothers me.
What's the Hebrew say?
Let me skip ahead and see what he's doing. Hold on.
Sure.
Hineni, now lays it for you. Now, Devarim Rabim Nechvadim, all-inclusive introductory work. V'chlu osam b'hakdama that will enable you to understand the way. Ubo tavin darki hanagazos. Umazor asher. So you left out a whole thing. So you asked me before we got on the air if why do people do this, right?
Right.
I don't know. I mean, on one hand, I could say, you know what, Malcolm, you really don't need to know this. But on the other hand, you do need to know it.
Right.
I mean, if you're looking to get an easy read, you probably don't want to listen to Rabbi David Katz.
Yeah.
If you want to know the book, I think you need to listen to Rabbi David Katz. Who's right? I don't know. I mean, I would say I'm right, but I can hear the other point of view, Maybe you don't want to get into it. Here are the words he left out. Ready? You be the judge.
Okay.
V'hineni meisim lefanecha, right? And now, behold, is placed before you now dvarim rabim v'nichvadim. Dvarim is like Dvar is a thing, okay? These are things. But in formula talk, things are like proper things. If I said, Malcolm, I want you to come spend a week at my house, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, just go ahead, without getting personal, tell me some of the things that you would bring.
I'd bring my books.
Which books?
Probably
Which books?
the Chumash, whatever I'm reading now. For example, this book, Mesilas Yesharim.
Mm-hmm.
I'd bring my phone, probably my toothbrush, things like that.
Stop. So when you arrive at my house, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say, put your junk over there in the corner.
Okay.
Is that safe to say?
Well, you might say that, but I wouldn't consider that stuff junk.
Okay, so would you consider them proper things?
Yeah, definitely.
So they're things, but they're proper things.
Right. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You have brought things to my house. The Chumash, that's pretty essential book to you, right?
Yeah.
Your toothbrush, I mean, that's your toothbrush. That's not just your junk, right?
Yeah.
So in formula principle speak, things are like proper things, right? Is the Bengals football helmet a thing? It is. It's like when you see it, it's like a thing, right? Is the local high school football helmet a thing? Not really. You know what I mean?
Not really. Yeah.
The Brookville Thundercats. Okay, they got like 9 guys. They can't get the whole 11-man squad, right?
Yeah.
But like the NFL, it's like a proper thing, right? I mean, we're talking about branding, name branded things. Just these. It's a quality of craftsmanship. The word thing. You follow what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Right. So what's the context here in this paragraph?
So that's the thing. Dvarim rabim v'nichvadim. Not only is it your toothbrush and your chumash, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dvarim rabim. Like huge shefa things.
Right.
That would be like the temple itself is a shefa thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? Like the prophet that speaks the word of God is like a shefa thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The priests working in the temple is a shefa thing.
Right.
But not only that, v'nichvadim, like of the most high, honorable, heavy, thick, glorious. And now I'm going to place before you things that are of the highest shefa and of the most glorious. Why would you leave that out?
Yeah, that's not really a tough concept to bring down in English.
You're right. That's why I just don't understand. I really don't. I really don't understand. To me, that's like the essence of the whole thing. Whenever people leave out those things, it usually is the essence. Because, and you could also translate it as many nice things.
Right.
And now I put before you many nice things.
Yeah, it changes it totally.
Yeah, but in Torah, usually a lot of nice stuff in front of you is usually the best stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That this is the biggest fallacy in Torah. That you think that what you're looking at is not a big deal. When in fact it is the biggest deal.
Right.
I wish I could think of a nice metaphor. I mean, I'll give you a really cheesy metaphor, right? You want to listen to music at my house.
Mm-hmm.
And you say, Rabbi Katz, can I borrow your headphones? And I say, yeah, you can borrow my headphones. And I'm letting you use like $1,000 pair of headphones if I were to have such a pair. Right?
All right.
And you're like, hey, that sounds pretty good, Rabbi Katz. Way to go. Yesher koyach. And I'm saying, Malcolm, those are $1,000 headphones. You just listened to the highest sound quality concert on earth. Then you're like, hey, Rabbi Katz, can I have a cup of coffee too? Yeah, Malcolm, sure, go ahead. They're like, hey, that's a good cup of coffee. I said, I know, Malcolm. They were Arabica beans shipped in from Colombia. I hope you enjoy them. Yeah. So, like, in Torah, King Solomon says, wisdom and words of wisdom are like precious commodities. This is not a feel-good statement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the store tonight, and you can see the pictures on YouTube, or on Facebook, and I brought home my newest set of gear ammunition, right? Books I've been working on for a while, in terms of purchase. The Miri commentary, Kovitz Meforshim, and the Brisker Rav on some Talmudic issues. And I'm driving home, and I'm thinking about, people that say, oh, it's just kind of pill pull, it's rabbinic jargon. Why do you want to put your money in that? You should learn, more, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's got opinions about the rabbis.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm justifying in my head, why? Okay, let's say they're right. Why am I doing this? Why am I bringing home like huge bags filled with books? And I thought to myself, maybe because it's a massive shefa, it's like it really is an incredible shefa you're bringing into your home when you have a Torah book. It's
right.
the amount of wisdom poured into that. It's not a common thing. Common now what does it mean? Common thing. Common. The word common. What does it mean to you, Malcolm?
Just regular, just ordinary.
That's not what common means.
What
Common itself is a thing, right? The Magna Carta law system in England was written about the common land and the common law and the common people. It's like a caste system. What we're getting into now, this is the essence of the Torah of Shem. Have you ever heard Benjamin Netanyahu say, we are committed to the status quo?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
No idea.
What do you think it means?
He's committed to continue the balance of power the way it is.
You really think that?
No, I'm trying to figure it out on the spot here.
Well, don't figure it out on the spot. Just if you were being quizzed in high school, college, what would you say? Based on what you already know. Don't try to figure it out. Just what you know.
He's committed to keeping the status quo. I mean, I don't know how to. It's pretty basic.
Right. It's a stupid basic term. I put your stuff in the corner, Malcolm.
Right. Yeah.
The thing is, status quo is a legal term that was conceived in the Ottoman Empire in the 1740s and 1840s, right? About when the Catholic Church wanted to take back their holy spots, their holy real estate. They had a petition for the law, and the law was everything is status quo. And so when Israel received the land given over by the British Mandate, they were only put on their land to govern the status quo. There really is no state of Israel. We are not a country. It truly is an illegitimate state. Because they are only here by the British, through the Ottomans, to basically govern and learn the law practices of which holy stuff gets put to who.
Really? Wow.
So when Bibi says he's committed to the status quo, what he's saying is he's selling out his people and his country. It's really not a country, and he's a pawn of whoever's pulling the strings.
Right.
So status quo is a legal term that goes back to at least the Ottoman Empire in terms of Israel and the status quo. And so when you see in the news, you go look at articles, America is committed to the status quo in the South China Sea. These are all legal terms being put over your eyes. Right? They draw up law, constitutions, and documents, and then they refer to these terms like, oh yeah, it's a status quo. It's terms that they're conditioning the culture of man with law jargon so that you'll accept the law. People argue the status quo in Israel, and they don't even realize it is the law of separation of church and state.
Mm-hmm.
Bibi's mocking you right in front of your face every day. So I call this principle the Torah of Shem. It's that which is profound right in front of your eyes, but you never see it.
Right.
And so that's what we're saying, is that Torah is that profound. And the temple issues here, the Dvarim, Rabim, and Nichvadim, They are huge, massive principles, but they blend in with the wisdom of this world. The higher the wisdom, the more it merges and is camouflaged in this world.
Mm-hmm.
So you think you're just some guy. You don't even realize you are one of those things. Right? You
Right.
are like V. Malcolm program. You know, everything in this world has that level of holiness to it and of wisdom. And so that's what's ironic is that when people translate from Hebrew to English, they leave out not realizing that principle. Which is just kind of ironic here because the temple is the essence of this, of everything matters. You know, imagine when you come to the temple with your offering, the real mystical experience that you'll have there is everything is that pronounced and profound. And it's revealed. Right. It's no longer hidden from you. So that's what the divine providence is of the temple and what's being brought down. So that's that little blurb was messed out. Now, I'll just go, since you read, I'll go ahead and catch us up, yeah?
Yep.
Ve'achlol otam behakdama echos. And I am going to... I want to think about this. Ve'achlol. You know what? I'm going to go on a limb here. I'm going to go on a limb and assume I don't know what this means. What do you think about that?
How are we going to find out what it means?
Look it up. What do you think the word achlul means? Everybody in the world would say it means klal, as in included. I've included them for you, right?
Right.
But it doesn't say klal, it says klul. The question is, does that change the meaning? What do you think?
I'd say it could change the meaning for sure.
And how does it translate here?
All inclusive.
All inclusive. Let's see here. Khalil. Klal. Kli. Let's see here. Let's try this in a better Hebrew. What do you think about that, Malcolm?
I think that's a great idea.
How does Andy Dalton feel about that?
I think he's feeling really good about everything right now.
They're having a good year, huh?
They're having a great year.
Are they undefeated?
Yep, still are.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've waited your whole life to say that.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
The Ohio State wrestling team won the national championship last year, so I know how you feel.
Oh, yeah, you know how I feel.
All right, give me 1 second. I'm just looking this up.
Sure.
I want to see. I'm going on a limb here. I'm not positive it'll work out, but it'll be a good coup if we find it. Cool. Let's see if there's a word Khalil. Khalil. Let's see here. There's Khalil. Man, let's see here. Michlul. Machlul. That's interesting. Michlul. A thing made perfect. A gorgeous garment. So he's saying it's v'achlul. So this is michlul. Let's see here. Klula. You know what? Let's stop joking around and let's get the real book, the Concordancia. There we go. Let's see if there's a biblical precedent for this term. All right, here we go. Okay. Klal. Klal. Kleel. Let's see here. I don't think. How's that possible? That doesn't appear even once. Is that possible, Malcolm?
Doesn't sound possible, but what do I know?
I tend to agree with you on this. Kind of strange.
You've never seen the word before like that?
I mean, I have, but see, I'll tell you why I'm freaking out over this. In the Gemara of Sukkah, it's the third temple comes built from heaven. You heard that before?
Mm-hmm.
And Rashi there is the source of that. He brings that, and he says that it comes. The word for already built is actually a wrong English word. The word there is meshuchlal, which like when an animal is born, like a deer, right? It hits the ground running, correct?
Yeah.
So it's like already built. It's already ready.
Ready to go.
Yeah, that's called meshuchlal. It's ready to go, fully functioning. So when the temple comes, it'll be fully functioning. It's not that it just kind of like, the Yeshu story of just kind of some weird thing. It's that on whatever level, the revelation or whatever. Here, I found it actually.
Perfect.
It's that it comes, fully functional. So here, this is the word now: klal, kleel, kol, kala, klulus, michlal, michlul, machlul, klal, shechlal. So our word is achlul. Chlul. Not exactly. But, you know what? I think I called it. I do think I called it.
So how would you translate that then?
Ezekiel 27:4. You got Ezekiel 27:4?
Ezekiel, no, I don't have. All my books are packed away. I don't have my Tanakh out.
Okay, here we go. 27:4.
Okay.
I think I found a good one here.
All right.
27:4, I said?
Yep.
Yeah, that's nice. Belev Yamim, in the heart of the seas, are your borders, Gvulayich. Your builders, Banayich, perfected your beauty. Kalalu Yafecha. There it is. That's nice.
That's nice. So,
it's like I've perfected them. V'achlulotam. Totally different than all-inclusive.
okay, so how would it read with the new?
The word root, I believe the word root is meshuchlal. And I think it's, what is it? It's Sukkah 48a, I think, where Rashi brings that. So it's like this. I place before you now, dvarim rabim v'nichvadim, which is basically impossible to translate.
Mm-hmm.
We've already done that though. Ve'achlulotam, I basically perfected them. I mean, what is perfect? I want you to make me a Kiddush cup, okay?
Okay.
So how are you going to give it back to me? Does it have to be like really craftsmanship, ready, perfect?
Yeah.
So that's it. So that the temple is perfected. The word perfect means really ready to go, right?
Okay.
So I've done that to them. Bahakdama achas. Bahakdama. See, I think that's going to be one of those words too. Let's see if there's a word for that.
So the context of this sentence is regarding the words he's writing, right?
Yeah. He has. I mean, look. Remember he was a craftsman, the Ramchal, right? He was like a diamond cutter, so he knows what it means to perfect a gem. He's saying this book is a gem. This is a diamond ring you can wear on your finger.
Right. He perfected the words in this book just for us to understand.
Yeah. It is ripe and ready, and it's ripe. I think the word I like that word, ripe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's craftsmanship ready, ripe.
Okay.
I know Hakdama usually means like introduction, right?
Right.
The Hakdama of a book, but I think that's probably another one of these things that are not right. Now, again, the Ramchal is the kind of guy that you want to get these words right. Because he's putting a lot of meaning in that. Let's see here. Hakdama. I mean, these are the kind of questions you have to ask. Whoever thinks to even look up the word Hakdama?
Mm-hmm.
It just means opening chapter. I mean, let's see if it means something else. A little bit of wisdom that's maybe missing, right?
Right.
So let's see here. Hakdama. There's no Hakdama. This is kind of interesting. There's Kadmoni. Kadmoni. No, that's not it. Let me get the other dictionary. Hakdama. Or always assume you know nothing, and then be amazed with the different perspectives that you wouldn't have had otherwise.
Right. That's good because I don't know anything. So.
Me either. Hakdama. This is interesting. Okay, let's here. Look at this. Introduction, preface, forward, preamble, advancing, forwarding, hypothesis. I'm going to go on a limb here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
A real limb. I think you like how I'm going to translate this. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
This is I like this a lot. Constitution.
In place of Hakdama, like in place of introduction, you put Constitution?
Yeah. Because what does a Constitution do? It's the preamble. It tells you what the thing is, then it gets real boring afterwards.
Right.
So I think what he's saying is this is the Constitution. I mean, this is like the document, you know what I'm saying? This is the temple document that you can understand what it's about. Have you ever actually read a Constitution?
No.
So you should read a Constitution sometime. They're amazingly brilliant pieces of work. A Constitution tells you the mission statement and explains the mission statement of how it works.
Okay.
So that's what he's describing. So the preamble, you know what a preamble is?
Like I'm guessing like an introduction.
And it's the introduction that but it tells you what we're really what we're talking about.
Right. Okay.
Right, that's right. You know what? That makes a lot of sense. That's it. Wow, I never would have thought. It's Constitution. When you read let's say the Ramban commentary to the Chumash, right?
Yeah.
It opens up in Bereshis with a Hakdama. What is he doing in that Hakdama? He's telling you who he is, why he's doing it, what his goal is, what the commentary is going to achieve, right?
Right.
That's a Constitution. That's what the Constitution is. It tells you our mission statement and how we're going to do it. I'm going to write that down. That is really it. Hakdama equals Constitution.
Wouldn't it equal more the preamble, though, as opposed to the actual Constitution?
No, because the Constitution tells you how it's going to be run. That's what he's telling you, how we're going to run the world.
Right. Yeah, right, yeah.
It's a perfect thing. Man, it really is. Every book you learn in Hebrew, the Hakdama is a constitution. Right? It's the preamble with the mission statement, and it tells, and then the rest of the Hakdama tells you how it's going to be. You know, right. Here, you know what? Let's look at this. Ready? Let's see if Art Scroll is going to keep true to this. Ready?
Okay.
So I'm buying my Chumash, right? We're going to get the Art Scroll Chumash. And they got their little stuff over here. Now they're going to call it the preface, right?
Right.
Wow, this is really good. So look at this preface. Now this is the Hakdama, correct?
Yeah.
Because they're doing the acknowledgments and then an overview. I don't know what an overview is. I think the overview is... What is overview in Hebrew? What would that be? Right, but then it goes right into the Torah. I mean, overview is not the Hakdama. I mean, it's something different.
Is it part of the Hakdama?
It could be, but it's more... I think they're doing it... What is it? Divine... You know what? Let's stop playing around. Let's look at this up. Hold on. I really want to know. Let's see what an overview is in literary terms. Overview. Definition of an overview. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
A broad, comprehensive view, a summary or review. A general outline of a subject or situation. You know what that is, actually? Like table of contents.
Oh, okay.
I know it sounds a little strange because it's not actually a table of contents, right? But in Hebrew books, like they go over the things that they're going to discuss, right? And so that's what they're doing here. They're talking about the divine and immutable master plan of creation, right? They're telling you what the Torah is going to be talking about, you know, saying that the Torah itself is going to be speaking about the following things. But that's not the same as their Hakdama. And the reason why I'm saying that is the following. The new translation in this volume attempts to render the text as our sages understood it. You hear how it's like a mission statement?
Yeah.
Where there are different interpretations, we follow Rashi, the father of commentators, because the study of Chumash has been synonymous with Chumash Rashi for 9 centuries. See, they're telling you the Constitution. This is our law. This is what we do. We follow Rashi. Then he says, we use Hashem, or the name, as a translation of the Tetragrammaton, the sacred Hebrew 4-letter name of God. See what I'm saying? They're laying out the law. Whereas the overview is not the law. That's like the philosophy. That's what we're going to be discussing. You see?
Yeah.
So I like that. That is really, really nice. That is nice. So I have perfected them in one constitution. So this book, Mishkanay Elyon, is the constitution of the temple. And in it, Tavin Darke Hanhaga Hazos. You will understand Darke, the paths, which also, don't be fooled in that it's just some kind of, little trite path. They are like the established firmament of creation of this world. Right? Mm-hmm. We're talking about the pathways of wisdom, 32 pathways of wisdom, right?
Right.
So every path of the temple is like a well-manufactured pathway that God has created in this world. You can even call that formula. If you give me something, I say thank you. What do you say?
You're welcome.
Why?
That's just the way it is.
Right. It's a well manufactured kind of rakia or firmament. See what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's foundation. It's built into this creation. So you'll understand those things of spirituality, which are pathways of wisdom, really. Hanhaga hazos of the. I had this word hanhaga. Directing of this directing, or was another. I just translated this word recently. Managing, driving. Word for hanhaga. Why don't you translate hanhaga? Let me see this. I want to get this word right too. No, not providence.
No.
I want to see hanhaga.
How does he translate it here? How the world is run.
Yeah, how the world is run. I mean, it is that, but I mean, let's get the words down. You know what I mean?
Right.
How is that possible? Finding in this dictionary. So maybe it's hanhaga. It's just hanhaga. Hanhaga. Leadership. Wait a minute. Leadership, administration, conduct, behavior. There's another word I'm thinking of. Let me see how this other. I mean, I want to really be a stickler for these definitions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
This is what the Ramchal is saying. This is how the world's run. You might as well understand, what it is.
Yeah, the words are another pathway, right?
Yeah,
so if you don't understand it,
they really are. They really are. Hun, ha, and let's see, hun. I think we should actually we'll look at the word no hag. That should be the word it is. It's actually no hag. You know the word no hag?
No, what does that mean?
It's the root of hanhaga, no hag.
Okay.
To drive or conduct, be accustomed, go along the road. That's kind of nice.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, that's real good. Let me see if there's an actual case of. Oh wow! Look at this. Noeg v'libi noeg b'chachma. My heart is noeg b'chachma. My heart is behaving itself. Wait. My heart behaving itself in wisdom. You see that? That's what it is, man. That is really nice.
My heart behaving itself.
Well, not my heart, but here for us, behaving itself in wisdom.
Why behaving? I don't know. It seems.
Because when you're driving, there's signs on the road, right?
Yeah.
Those signs make you behave a certain way.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, okay.
It's a different angle. It
is.
But it's a great angle.
Yeah.
See, it's behavior, but because don't leave off the word itself. Behaving itself in wisdom.
Right, that's really good, especially with wisdom.
Right, because what does a great leader do? Like you're on a tour group to the Niagara Falls, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to control you, but I don't want you to know I'm controlling you. I don't want you jumping off the cliff, right?
Right.
But I can't be like, hey, get over here. Hey, you, get over here.
Yeah.
So I have to be really with wisdom that the group just wants to behave itself.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. Behaving itself with wisdom. And
I like
in
that.
it, you will understand the ways of that the world behaves itself with this wisdom, Wow, that's heavy.
That's great. Yeah, that's really good. That's worth the whole class right there.
Yeah. Wow. So the temple is just that hand of heaven that makes the world behave itself with this wisdom.
So in a sense, it's what makes you behave on the road, so to speak, but it's also the paths that emanate. So it's
Right.
like it's both. You know what I mean? It's not just the element of behaving on the road; it's also the road you're on. It's the pathways that sustain the world.
100%. And that's really what Mazel is.
Right.
Right. Mazel is like the signs that keep coming up on your path. But remember, the more wisdom it is, the more natural it looks. So if I say, hey, Malcolm, did you ever think about going to the Grand Canyon next week? And you say, yeah, that's a good idea. The Grand Canyon. Huh. Come on, guys, family, friends, we're going to the Grand Canyon this week. You know what I mean? Like everything becomes a message from God. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it comes up so naturally that you have to be like Joseph was, a navon. You have to be able to read between the lines. So the more obtuse you are, God just whacks you over the head. Malcolm, you're fired from your job. Okay, guys, we should probably go to the Grand Canyon next week. Now's a good time as any. Right?
Yeah.
But that's if you have to get hit over the head. The more that you can penetrate the wisdom of this world, you just kind of get those road signs with God. Right? And they're no longer profound where you have to stop the car and take pictures. You just walk with God.
Right.
And where do we see this? This is called Metatronic consciousness. How do I know that, Malcolm?
I don't know. How do you know that?
Enoch walked with God, and then he was no more, because God had taken him.
Beautiful. That's so cool. That's a good insight.
That's it. V'hamazon asher hu noten lekul be'ito. And the mazon, so in it you will understand the ways that we say it, that they behave, the ways of behaving itself with this wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, like the lion knows to eat the gazelle, so it's behaving according to its own wisdom, right?
Right.
Man has a Torah to teach us how we should behave. The lion just knows. We have to speak it, study it, and think about it. That's why man is different. Angels just get their orders. We are the natural kingdom. See, right now, I'm giving you information that you need for your life. And you're giving me information I need.
Right.
And it's happening in a very natural, benign kind of way. Some guy in Sfat, some guy in Canada are having a discussion. But really, it's God trading information with God.
Wow. It's profound.
Yeah. And when we listen, we are basically mitigating each other, and we're getting the wisdom of how to behave in this world along this way. And that's one thing that you'll understand from this entire project. V'hamazon asher hu, the mazon is the sustenance.
Right.
Which God made it that you need sustenance. Everything needs sustenance. The natural kingdom is just male, female getting sustenance. That he gives to everything in its time. God literally does take care of his creation. So he oppresses you in order that you'll behave, okay? Because I need you to behave so I can give you your stuff. And then your stuff become branded, amazing, possession things of God. Now, this is all mazel, because it just happens. Mazel, there are three things that happen with mazel, are bound in mazel. life, sustenance, and legacy. Children, family, friends, right?
Right.
Now, we just talked about the Mazon, literally. So now, one of the, either the Hanhaga or the last thing we're going to say is going to be Chaim and Banim. Let's see. Ready?
Okay.
So the Mazon comes to everything in its time. Devar Yom B'Yomo V'Haven Miod. Devar Yom B'Yomo. That's how Rosh Hashanah is described in the Zohar.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, it's like 2 days for the price of one. So you're always getting, everything is 2 is 1. Male, female, 2 is 1. Wisdom, understanding, 2 is 1. I am Hashem your God, no other gods, 2 is 1. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cincinnati Bengals, Pittsburgh Steelers, 2 is 1.
Sure.
5, 6 Super Bowls and none. It's all the same thing.
Right, exactly the same.
So Devar Yom Biyomo. Let's try to work that out. Devar Yom. Now we said Devar is like a proper thing, right?
Right.
So Devar Yom. 1 second. Devar
None of this
Yom.
appears in the English, by the way.
What's that?
None of this is in the English.
Yeah,
This page end.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
That's yeah. No comment.
Yeah.
Devar Yom Biyomo. That's right. Everything comes in its time, right? The thing of the day is in the day. So you always got to be in the present moment to watch God's providence happen. You get it in the time. God doesn't give you for tomorrow. If you're looking to eat dinner tomorrow, you're going to miss dinner today.
Right.
Because there's a message, obviously, in today's dinner. That they say in wrestling, you cannot win a tournament unless you wrestle each match in its own time. And that sounds like such a cliche, but it's really true. I mean, I really think I could have been a better wrestler if I would have just known that. Because what does every idiot do? He looks to the end of the tournament, Oh, it's going to be great when they call my name. Everyone's going to be like, wow, go Cats, you're so amazing. Wow, you're just a great wrestler. Why? What did I do? I didn't prepare right? But the guy is like, look, if I wrestle the first guy out of 5, then I can give everything I need in that match. Then if I beat him, we'll see what happens. You really do need to take life that slow. It's not cliche. So everything in the day, all your main things, to recognize them, are in the day itself. V'haven me'od. And then you can v'haven me'od. Now I did this in my Mishlei class. What does haven me'od mean?
I don't know.
Usually people think it means you should understand this a lot. It
Okay.
doesn't. You know what Bina is?
Wisdom.
Understanding.
Understanding.
But so then when the root of understanding is actually to split or to hair. Hair. You know why?
Why?
What is understanding?
What is understanding? That's a good question.
So I'm gonna give you a little test. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I don't expect you to know these answers. I'm gonna teach you a lesson. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, just play along. Whatever I say, just play it along for the sake of time.
Okay.
You want to be a cappuccino maker, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how would you make a cappuccino? Oh, you don't know? Okay. So you know how to brew coffee in the machine here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you go ahead and make me a cappuccino?
No.
Just assume you can. It requires frothing milk, heavy milk, coffee in the machine, and you're already trained on how to do it. Go ahead. Just go ahead and tell
Okay.
me how you're gonna make me a cappuccino.
I'm gonna brew the coffee first.
Mm-hmm.
I will steam the milk, froth it,
Yeah.
and pour the milk into the coffee.
All right. So you want to get fired?
No.
Well, apparently you do, because you're gonna serve me cold coffee.
Mm.
I don't want my coffee cold. That's the first mistake you made.
Right.
Number 2, did you ever think about asking me how I want my milk?
No.
Why not?
Slipped my mind, I guess. I didn't think you.
You didn't think.
Uh-huh.
So maybe you should realize that if I order cappuccino, I really like a thick, frothy milk.
Right.
So here's how you should do it. Learn how to froth the milk. Froth it really thick. And there's a trick. You can actually put the milk in the refrigerator while you're then brewing the coffee, because it'll make it like whipped cream. And as you're putzing around with the coffee, the milk should be cold, and it froths. So when now you brew a fresh cup of coffee, put it in the cup, and then you scoop the froth onto the coffee, and you can stack it like a huge ice cream cone.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Do you understand now how to make cappuccino?
Yeah.
What happened? What was the difference?
Details, I guess.
So the details added up?
Yeah.
So at first you thought you had a picture, you thought you understood, correct?
Yeah.
But you didn't, because you had no details in your picture.
Right.
So how do you understand? From understanding or from details?
From details.
Are the details like little dots?
Yeah.
Did you connect the dots?
Yeah.
Did I split your story up to make those dots?
Yes.
So that's what being understanding is. You take a big concept that you think you understand, like thing, devar, like we said, right? And you pulverize it to a billion little pieces you never thought of. Right? You have to learn it. You have to go. I mean, that takes time to get that wisdom, right?
Right.
It's wisdom that penetrates and breaks up the false understanding. Now, you can't possibly know my experiences of life, right? I managed a coffee house for a long time, but you can't know that. So what I can do is pulverize your story in a nice way, hopefully, not like this, and you will collect the pieces, and you will then the small pieces will gain a picture that you can connect the dots and then get an understanding very similar to mine, correct?
Right.
Then when you put it into practice, you'll say, I get it now. And then you're a pro, as good as me or better, right?
Right.
So now, Haven Miod means that you should little details a lot. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So now, with understanding God taking care of creation, all these things, the only way what the Ramchal is saying is you got to pulverize it to a bunch of really little things in order to get and see what God does. Each day at a time. If you're looking for the big picture of how God runs the world, you're not going to get it. You literally have to meditate at least one day at a time. So we got the mazon, which is the sustenance. Dvar yom b'yomo. Which one do you think? Which one do you think is legacy, children, family, and friends versus life? Is it the behave with wisdom or the everything in its day with little small things?
I think everything in its day would be chaim. That would be life. I mean, everything.
And
because,
why the Hanhaga is legacy?
Why is the Hanhaga? That's what I'm trying to understand. Why the Hanhaga would be legacy.
Tavin Darke Hanhaga. Because otherwise you're not going to be eternal, right? If you're going to jump off the path, you got
to keep the path going.
Yeah, exactly. And your children will continue the path when you're done.
Right.
How long is this? I think we should stop there.
It's a good place to stop.
Yeah. Only Rabbi Katz can take 3 lines and turn it into an hour.
That's the beauty, right? It's okay. We got through a page. I'm happy.
Let's just start the first sentence. I want to see what it is. We have a little bit of time. So go ahead and take it fast, and then we'll do our thing.
Okay, so top of page 58 in the English
Yeah.
starts off with the heading, the foundation stone. When the Creator willed the creation of this world, he included everything in 10 great lights, from which all the different creatures emerge like branches extending from the trunk of the tree. There is nothing in the whole of existence that does not have its place in the supreme chariot.
Let's try it again. Ready?
Yep.
Okay. Go real slow, and I'm gonna start and stop you.
Okay. When the Creator willed the creation of this
Stop.
world,
Kisharatze hamatzil livro es ha'olam hazeh. Yeah.
he included everything in 10 great lights.
Haklal hakol. See, I think klal. I see now. It's not included. It's not right. People don't get that word right. It's he perfected, like
Right.
but that word like we're saying like literally everything. I mean, the perfection is of everything in 10 great lights. Go ahead.
Okay. From which all the different creatures emerged.
Shemehem yatsu kula nivroim.
Like branches extending from the trunk of the tree.
Ke'anafim ayotzim meguf ha'ilon.
There is nothing in the whole of existence
Ad shelo nimsa devar.
that does not have its place in the supreme chariot.
She'ein lo makom b'merkava ha'elyona. You did pretty good
So
there.
far, yeah, that's pretty good, right?
So let me see if I can pick out anything that stands out. Kishuratza hamatzil livro es ha'olam hazeh. Yeah. You and I did this a long time ago. Remember the Arizal and the Etz Chaim about God setting things through creation?
Oh, yeah, I remember now.
So take a note. We're going to stop here and make a note to yourself.
Yep.
You know what? I'm going to write a note for myself too. Sod, Arizal, beginning of Etz Chaim, Perush, Hatzimtzum. We'll start there next time.
Sounds good to me.
Right, so then there's Elyon, Sefer Yetzirah, Abu Lafia, Mikodem, or I forget the word he uses, to Metiv, Habria. Okay, so we'll pick up. We have very good places to pick up when we start next.
All right.
I'm glad we got to finish that first chapter, or first whatever. And man, it's gonna be a real doozy when we pick up next time.
I'm excited. Very excited.
Really nice. Yeah. All right, so that's all this week. We're moving along. In about 500 years, we're gonna finish about 2 pages. We're good.
Yeah, at this rate, we might have the temple by the time we finish this book.
God willing.
Yes.
All right, so take care, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right. Take care, Rabbi.
Bye.